Hi, Trish Evans here, also known as the Ganhada medium. I'm here to share a story of a past life. Do I believe in past lives? Yes, I do. Past lives can bring a world of information on what we need to do in this lifetime here. I was drawn to past lives since the age of 3. Why the age of 3? Because that's where my story begins in this lifetime here, at the age of 3. This life is connected to a past life, a previous life. I'm going to share that with you in a bit here. So 2006 was a year of change for me. It was the start of my healing journey into the person who I am now. 36 years old. Needing that change, looking for that change, so much forward to that change. 2006 was the year that I did a 17-day paddling trip down the coast from Bella Coola all the way up around Clem to Bella Bella, all the way back down to Bella Coola. Beautiful. I met a lot of beautiful spiritual animals along the way, including the raven, the eagle, the alpha killer whale, 2 timber wolves, the alpha female and the alpha male wolves that came and greeted us and said hello. From a distance, of course, but it was pretty close distance. It was amazing. And not to forget about the amazing people that I met along the way. That journey was absolutely beautiful, just what I needed. So 2006 was when I met an elder working for the Friendship Center in Smithers. We hosted a lot of wellness healing sessions, wellness circles, healing camps. In one of the camps that we've had, we hired an elder who did a lot of the massage therapy. So I signed up for one. I met the beautiful lady who came in and did the massage therapy. So when she got down to my feet, as she picked up my foot, she was massaging it, and she said real quickly, "Do you know that you've walked this earth before?" And I kind of popped my head up, and I'm like, what? It's like an instant connection. I needed to know more. I really did. It was an amazing, just going through my head all of a sudden, just by her, that sentence alone. And I said, okay, I believe I have, yes. And she goes, yeah, you have. You've walked this earth many, many times. She said that she felt that I was an old soul. And I felt that she was right. I felt it within my core. I knew what I felt was right and connected me back. So when she said that I walked this earth before, it literally took me back to my past life, remembering my past life. Oh, absolutely amazing. I was just bouncing with energy after that conversation. Yeah. So she was the first person that told me, that connected with me about me walking this earth before. So from what I can recall, at the age of 3 is when I remembered my past life, when I bounced into this lifetime from the previous life that I've had. Without anybody else knowing, before anybody else knew, I did have a few people, two people come up to me and discuss with me in great detail of this past life that I knew that was true. It confirmed what I already knew and added some details to it that I did not see. So with this past life that happened, I was a female. I was a First Nations female I don't know what year it was, but I do recall seeing my husband die in battle. My husband fell on the battlefield. We were in confliction with another neighboring tribe. Now, when my husband passed on, I felt everything. I can feel it right now, as though the life source just draining out of me, watching him fall. And then fast forward to another point where, because I couldn't see from that point to where I am now, standing in front of my father. He's a chief, and I am the daughter of the chief. So taking me to the point where I am now standing in front of my father, who is now performing a ceremony. In this past life, I watched my husband die on the battlefield, and the person that I am supposed to marry was the person that took out my husband's life. So warring with a neighboring tribe, again, we're going back thousands and thousands of years. Well, needless to say, I wasn't happy with the marriage. I couldn't go through with it. Every fiber of my being could not say yes. I do know that I had 2 children in this past life. I know that very much. I remember seeing them. I had a son and I had a daughter. I had a son first, so he's the eldest, and then my daughter's the younger one. I do remember seeing them standing there beside my father, just as he was ready to perform the ceremony. I remember looking down at them, tears in my eyes, looking at them, knowing what I had in mind, what I needed to do, because following my heart, I had to follow my heart. I could not go through with this. For some indication that my heart was giving me that it wasn't going to bring peace upon our tribe. It was not going to bring peace upon our tribe. I don't know the rest of the outcome of it other than me running. I took off. I remember looking down at my children, giving them the nod, and they looked at me with tears in their eyes, nodding back to me. As soon as I got the nod, I turned around and I ran, and I ran, and I ran, and I ran. I can feel the rocks underneath my feet. I can feel the sharp stones under my feet. I can feel them cutting as I can hear myself breathing heavy. I can hear the dress flapping as I'm running, my gown. The gown that I had on, it looked like it was like a potato sack kind of weaving. It was white. It was bleached white. I don't know how that happened, but it is what it is. That's what I remember seeing. I came to the valley, this huge valley, and what I found out that through other people who I spoke to, I was in the Arizona area. And I remember distinctly what those mountains look like, those pillars, those monuments, what they call the monuments, I think it is. I was standing at the edge. And I remember looking back and I saw a whole crap of people. I remember looking back and I can see a whole lot of people, including my father and the man that I was supposed to marry. I didn't see my children there. I think they stayed behind. I was standing on the edge of that cliff. The sun was in front of me, looking down. I can hear that eagle off in the distance. I can hear it speaking up in the sky. I took a leap into the unknown. What is the unknown? Well, I couldn't go back. I ended up taking my life. I stepped off the cliff and I fell. My long black hair, I can feel it just waving in the back. I can feel it. I can feel the coolness of the air going through the scalp, my scalp. I can feel the wind forcing through my fingertips as I was falling. My hands were out and I was falling, facing down, falling, and I can feel the dress. I can feel it flapping in the back. I can hear very, very loud whooshing of the air going past me. I remember seeing the pillars as I was falling coming past me. As I was getting closer to the ground, I can literally see the shadow bouncing, casting off of the rocks. I can see the shadow casting off of the pillars. Before I hit the ground, I remember seeing the shadow casted off the tiniest little pebble, which told me in the end I kept my eyes open till the very end. And as soon as I hit the ground, I hit the floor in this life as a 3-year-old. I hit the floor so hard, I remember peeling myself off the floor. My bedroom door was open about this much here, and I remember as I was looking up, I saw a lady jump off the couch, and she came running towards me. She opened the door and she picked me up, and she was saying, "Oh, baby, are you okay? Dolly, are you okay?" Dolly was my nickname growing up. And I remember looking at her and I was pulling myself away. I didn't know who she was, so I was crying even more. I didn't recognize her. I did not recognize her. And she started panicking. And she kept saying, "Dolly, it's me, Mom. Are you okay? Dolly, stop, you're scaring me." I remember her saying this. That's when I knew. And that is how I was introduced into this lifetime. I don't remember anything up to the age of 3, but I do feel as though it was such a profound experience. Such a profound experience. I remember a good friend of mine, his name is Mark. He is a spiritual medium as well. He helped me put some pieces together. There were stars. He told me that there were stars that my father, once upon a time, dedicated to me. And I knew there were stars. I was always, since as a child, I always was attracted to the stars. I needed to see the stars. My head was always up at the stars. Driving, I wasn't driving. In the passenger side, I would be sitting with my head leaning up the window and just staring at the stars. And I just remember, "Take me away, stars. I just need to glide with you again." I remember those. And I remember what my friend was telling me, that my father dedicated a star constellation to me. I don't know if it's a constellation, but I knew it had something to do with the stars. I was always attracted to Orion's belt. Yes, very, very prominent, detailed Orion, the constellation of Orion. You can see in the Arizona skies. The Orion's belt I was always somehow connected to. And then a little down the road, what did I find out? I found out that I actually have beauty marks on my arm as Orion in the alignment of the Orion's belt. So yes, I have it on my shoulder. I'll show you. It's right here. So in a clip that I'm going to show you, this is another fella who I have never ever met. I don't even know what he looks like. He is a medium as well, a spiritual teacher. He goes by the name of Mesa, if I'm pronouncing that right. I connected with him through Facebook. And through Facebook, because I was always curious about past life. I needed more confirmation. I needed more. I just needed more. He asked me send through email, so he can send me his reading through the email, which I did. Right? I didn't have to send him any money. This was all free. I believed in what he had to say. I felt his energy. I don't know how else. This is before I stepped into my medium abilities. So he sent me the letter. I'm going to show it to you right now. Here it is. Hi, what did you think? I thought that was pretty cool. I really thought that was pretty cool. First of all, what got me was that he knew that I had 2 children. He knew I had a boy and a girl. He knew that I was First Nations. He wasn't certain. He didn't want to offend me in any way, which I would really respected. But I did respond back to him through the email that he was correct in all points, literally all points. My father was the chief. I was the daughter of the chief. I had 2 children. I was married, but he did not see that my husband in this past life died on the battlefield. He did not see that I took my own life in this past life. But there were points that he pointed out that really solidified what happened in my past life, that I was just so ecstatic about, that I got to hear. Is the confirmations is just beautiful and it's brilliant. I was really happy to see that he included a past life of me being an eagle. I found that very, very interesting, because there was an eagle that was flying overhead when I took the step off of that cliff. I didn't see the eagle, but I knew it was there. I felt it. I heard it. I heard it say that the chief that I found out later down the road during my awakening is actually my spirit guide in this lifetime. Yeah, he's here. He was the one that helped me wake up. He was the one that helped me wake up many, many times through my dreams, even though I chose not to. I chose not to step back into my gifts. But here we are. I'm so happy that he showed himself to me many, many times in my dreams. And to get these many confirmations that we are one is amazing. So with that being said, I want to thank you for sticking around and listening to my story. I appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time, much love and light.